y'all, this is Halloween, and if you love haunted places and cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you to a new place every week, or new places. Today we will be visiting the Curlew Pioneer Cemetery located in Palm Harbor. We're also going to stop by the Oldsmar Flea Market because we happen to be vendors today. So I'm going to take you a little bit through the Oldsmar Flea Market and show you some great stops in there, and also, of course, a great place to eat. Enjoy! We're here at the Oldsmar Flea Market. We're going to grab ourselves a bite to eat and maybe do a little bit of shopping. We were vendors here this morning. It's very hot, so we're calling it a day a little bit early.
You guys take care. Yeah, you too, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Would you like to meet my neighbor?
I know that route.
Hey, how you doing?
He makes all this cool fish, welded and melted.
That give you any idea?
He hand makes all of them and hand paints them. He does a pretty great job.
How you doing? How you guys doing?
You want to tell the YouTube community about yourself?
Yeah, right. No, I'm scared.
No?
I'm too nervous.
George!
I don't do things like that.
Oh. This is the man that does all the work and creates these
Copper
awesome
and wood
pieces.
sculptures. Copper and wood sculptures.
And what's your name and where can everyone find you?
Copper and wood sculpting on gmail.com, and everybody can find me in Hudson, Florida.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. You've been a great neighbor.
Thank you.
And,
you too.
And you're an excellent artist. As you can see, they have a great selection of produce here for a really low price. So if you're in the area, it is Oldsmar, Florida. You can come and grab yourself some really good vegetables for very reasonable. Because you know, if you go to Publix, they're extremely expensive. So yeah. If we were able to get over this way every weekend, we'd probably get all of our produce here. So, locally grown farms and all that good stuff. They got some peaches, eggs. Now those eggs that come straight out of the chicken's butt, they don't have to be refrigerated right away. So you may wonder that. Why aren't they in the refrigerator? Well, that's why. Fresh eggs don't have to be refrigerated right away. They have a good selection of just about any vegetables you want. So come here and save money, because right now we need to, right? So if you are at the Oldsmar Flea Market, visit the food truck with the tacos in it, because it's pretty darn good. It's very reasonable too. $2.99 and $3.99 a taco, so pretty good. This is one of my favorite stores here at the Oldsmar Flea Market. You can probably tell why if you know me at all. I like things. I'm not a minimalist. I'm definitely a maximalist. And one of these days I'll take you into my house and show you. But they have a lot of little things that I love. So.
Best chili you ever had in your life.
From dolls to collectibles to old license tags. Just a lot of really cool stuff. And a great price, by the way. They had a couple of Lucy dolls that I don't have yet, and he has a good price on them. They're selling for about at least 100 for the single doll. And they have the anniversary doll up there, which sells for about 150 on eBay at the very least. But he's selling them almost at, you know, regular, just retail price, which is great. I mean, they're Mattel, they're good, you know, dolls.
Okay.
Oh, look, old irons. Anything you collect, they got it here. Tea kettles. Roller skates. Oh, good, you got my stuff. Oh, you look so beautiful. Oh, here's where the air is.
Yes.
If you collect Coca-Cola stuff, they have all the really cute Coca-Cola stuff from the 1800s, the 1920s. Really cool little tins and even great vintage artwork here. So anything you collect, they got it. So that's why I love this place. And the guy is just so reasonable. So I just bought 3 Lucy tins. Not that I needed them, but I think I wanted them. So I got 3 for $35, which was awesome.
You gotta wait till.
This is another little gem I found here at the Oldsmar Flea Market. They do really great by hand. He actually sculpts these images out of records. I guess sculpt wouldn't be the right word. He doesn't use a laser. He actually uses a saw to make these images. Yeah, cedar boxes here, and everything is handmade. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Bandsaw, scroll saw.
Bandsaw and a skill saw, right? Scroll saw. Okay. There's the man right there. So when you come in here and you buy up some of his stuff, that's the guy that makes the magic happen. So. I just bought one myself, obviously. Oh, there's the man at work right now. Let's watch what he's doing for a minute.
We're doing Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Dog. Wow. Incredible.
If we can get it down in the hole.
He's hard at work right now. Here are some behind him that he's done. That's awesome.
And on to the next hole.
So come and check him out. What's the name of the...
We are Able Woodcrafts. We're in row D25 East. Come on down and see us.
All right. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your day. Be safe, everyone.
I'll enjoy my art piece.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
You have a great day.
You too. We're here at the Curlew Pioneer Cemetery, established in 1869. I'm not sure if it would be considered a cemetery since it is kind of attached to a church there. But it's called the Curlew Pioneer Cemetery anyway. Let's go in and see what we can see. So this is a small cemetery. It looks like, you know, 3 acres maybe of land. On the premises is a church. It's the Curlew United Methodist Church. I wasn't able to research too much here, but I'm assuming that a lot of the burials here, the older ones anyway, are pioneers of the Palm Harbor and Clearwater area. I see a lot of old tombstones, so this should be a really cool little area to explore. And looks like there's no gate, so you can just get right in at any time. I'm sure they have technical opening and closing hours, but it would be a good one to come and investigate if you wanted to investigate. And lots of really old headstones, so let's check it out. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, and I'm sure that they are, this tombstone looks like it says 1270. That doesn't look like it's an 8 for 1870. That would be something else. That is like a fossil. That's not even a tombstone anymore. But you can see how old some of these are. They're just incredible. This one passed in 1902. Got another one here in 1922 that passed. This looks like it's probably the older part of the cemetery. And I do believe that there are some new burials here, newer burials, and it's probably still open to the public for new arrivals, but these are all old. Very, very cool. I am noticing on some of these older tombstones that people have been using the shaving cream and, you know, to clear off, you know, to make it more legible, easier to read. And I get that and everything. You know, you want to see your loved one, you know, you want to see their name and everything like that, but it actually damages the tombstone. So does rubbing, you know, taking a piece of paper and taking a pencil or something and going over the etching in the tombstone with the paper and pencil. That too will damage the tombstone. So if you can refrain from those practices, your loved one's tombstone will last a lot longer. Just saying. But there are so many cool, really old ones here that I really love. It's just unfortunate to see some of the damage that's been done from the shaving cream, but there are some really pretty ones here. seen a lot of Jenkins buried here, Suttons, Whitehurst, Riggs. There are a lot of family plots here. There's a Gause family plot. I guess that's how you say that, G-A-U-S-E. So if these sound like any could be your family members, I mean, there are very old burials here and a lot of veterans as well. A little bit of mixture of everything. It's a beautiful cemetery. I really love it. Wish there was a little more shade, but it's not huge, so you're not going to wear yourself out walking through here. You'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to find everyone probably that you want to find. There's the little church. I wonder if it's open. If it is, I might go in and just take a look around, take some pictures or film a little bit in there. But over here, towards the front of the cemetery are the newer burials. It looks like a lot of newer headstones. But these old ones over here and towards the back of the cemetery are incredible, dating back to, I mean, one of them looked like they're from the 1200s. There was another one that looked like from the 1600s. So this cemetery, I think, predate even the date that it was said to be established in. And that's possible, you know, because a lot of times 18th century, 17th century and things like that, people would be buried. They'd have a headstone and everything, but the actual land wasn't deeded to be a cemetery until 100 years later or more. So it's possible that they could have moved into this little graveyard. There was a little graveyard here, and they just kind of salvaged the headstones as much as possible and went ahead and deeded the land to be a cemetery. Someone purchased the land for this purpose, and then they started burying in here. It's just kind of cool how that happens. So there's a lot more history here than even what you can find on the internet. You just have to probably look up the names and find out who these people are. I just think these burial vaults are awesome. They have in the concrete, so it's not really etched, it's more of carved into the concrete, are crosses on top of each one. There are a lot of burial vaults like this in this cemetery, which I don't think I've ever seen before. It's kind of cool and unique. So I love seeing stuff like that that's different, and it doesn't matter which cemetery you go to, you're always going to see something different and something special and unique. These type of burials, most of them passed away in the 60s, so this must have been really popular, at least in this cemetery in the 60s, to have this style of burial, which is kind of really cool. I'm in the newer section, but there are some older burials over here as well. The older ones are always the one that kind of pique my interest just because of the history behind it. And there's an Adair. I've never heard that last name. Adair sounds like French or something. I'm gonna look these folks up when I get home, you know, because I didn't really get the opportunity to do a lot of research on this one. But it is awesome. I highly recommend the Curlew Pioneer Cemetery in Palm Harbor if you want to come to a really cool one. Probably wait till the weather's a little cooler. It's about 115 degrees outside right now. Whatever Mother Nature's cooking outside right now, it's done. This is the cute little church. I don't think it's open. It's probably only open like on Sundays and Wednesday nights and stuff, but it is adorable little church right here on the property, which technically would make this graveyard here a graveyard and not a cemetery. That's the rule of thumb anyway. If there is a church on the premises, it's a graveyard. If there's not a church, then it's a cemetery. Let's look at the sign out here. Curlew United Methodist Church. Oh my gosh, I bet it's adorable in there. It's just a little thing, but it has beautiful stained glass windows. That's probably where they have all the Sunday school and stuff over there in the other building. Very cute. Very cool cemetery. I got some awesome things while we were at the flea market, and I just wanted to share them with you. So this is one of the records that I was telling you about that they he carves the image of like Amy Lee out of a record. This is an Evanescence one. I bought this because a lot of my paraphernalia in my living room is from male artists. The last one I bought that was like this was Joe Cocker, because I love Joe Cocker, but this one is Evanescence, and I got this because she was a huge influence on me when I was younger, and I would sing her songs, and she still has an amazing voice, and I don't really know what they're doing these days. I think they're still a band, but it's a great thing to have for my music room. Of course, I had to get some Lucy. Not that I have room for it or anything, but I'm gonna make room. So this one was really great. It's a tin sign, but it's one that I didn't have, and I think I have like 10 or 15 of them. I don't really know. This one was one that I didn't have, and it's an advertisement for cosmetic powder. So I thought it was awesome. I also got another Lucy. It is a RC Cola ad, which is gonna go right into my kitchen. Lastly, just one more Lucy. I couldn't handle it. I had to get it. So I got another RC Cola Lucy ad. Isn't this so amazing? RC Cola it's still sold today in stores. It's not as, you know, popular as Pepsi or Coke, but it stands for Royal Crown Cola, and it was really popular like in the 40s and 50s. So yes, she's got like a little inflatable pool toy and stuff. It's awesome. So those were my items. I had planned to go Christmas shopping, but that didn't work out quite as planned. I just bought stuff for myself. So yeah. Well, I'll go Christmas shopping soon. Thank you for joining me again today. I hope you loved this episode. There's gonna be many more. I plan to do 2 episodes a week, of course. And if you've been following me all along, thank you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. That does it for this week's episode. I'll see you next time.